What if I told you that 5 simple, natural habits could support your heart health so powerfully that your doctor actually asks you for advice? In the next few minutes, you'll discover the 5 doctor-approved natural habits that help me reach 80 with perfect blood pressure, and they cost almost nothing. Plus, I'll reveal the one morning habit that cardiologists say is more powerful than most people realize, and why your doctor probably isn't telling you about it. 3 years ago, at age 77, I sat in my cardiologist's office, hearing words no one wants to hear: elevated blood pressure, arterial stiffness, and concerning numbers. My doctor said I needed to make serious changes to support my treatment plan. I asked her what else I could do besides following my prescribed medical care properly, and she gave me a list of 5 natural habits. I committed to every single one, and today, at 80, my blood pressure averages 118/76. Natural habit. 1. Walking 20 minutes after every meal. The single most powerful natural habit for blood pressure control happens right after you eat, and most seniors completely ignore this critical window of time. When you finish a meal, your blood sugar rises as your body digests carbohydrates and converts them into glucose. This is normal physiology, but here's what most people don't understand. When blood sugar spikes too high or stays elevated too long, it damages the delicate lining of your blood vessels. This damage causes inflammation, arterial stiffness, and elevated blood pressure that can last for hours. The higher and longer your blood sugar stays elevated after eating, the more damage occurs. For seniors whose blood vessels are already more vulnerable due to age-related changes, these repeated post-meal blood sugar spikes create a dangerous cycle of ongoing vascular damage. Research from the Cleveland Clinic and multiple studies published by the American Heart Association have proven that walking within 15 minutes after eating prevents these dangerous blood sugar spikes. When you walk after a meal, your muscles immediately start using the glucose in your bloodstream for energy. This natural process pulls sugar out of your blood before it can spike to damaging levels. The effect is so powerful that studies show a 20-minute post-meal walk can reduce blood sugar spikes by up to 30% compared to sitting. This isn't just about diabetes prevention. This is about protecting your blood vessels and naturally supporting healthy blood pressure. Seniors who sit in a chair or lie down after meals experience blood sugar levels that stay elevated 40% longer than those who walk. That extra time with high blood sugar floating through your arteries causes cumulative damage day after day. Carl, an 82-year-old retired mechanic from Nevada, started taking a 20-minute walk after every meal and saw his average blood pressure drop 14 points in just 6 weeks without changing anything else about his routine. His doctor was so impressed that she now recommends this exact habit to all her senior patients. The beauty of this habit is its simplicity and immediate impact. You don't need special equipment, a gym membership, or perfect weather. You just need to move your body at a comfortable pace for 20 minutes after you eat. Here's exactly what to do, starting with your very next meal. Set a timer or reminder on your phone for 15 minutes after you finish eating. When that timer goes off, get up and walk at whatever pace feels comfortable for you. If the weather is nice, walk outside around your neighborhood or yard. If it's cold or rainy, walk inside your home, down hallways, around rooms, or even in place while watching television. The speed doesn't matter nearly as much as the timing and duration. Walk for a full 20 minutes. If you use a cane or walker, that's perfectly fine. Just keep moving. This one habit will start protecting your blood vessels from the moment you begin. Start this today at lunch, and your blood vessels will thank you within hours. Natural habit 2, eating 2 servings of potassium-rich foods daily. Your body needs this mineral to naturally balance blood pressure, and research shows that 98% of American seniors aren't getting enough potassium in their daily diet. Potassium is one of the most important minerals for cardiovascular health, yet it's consistently underconsumed in the standard American diet. Here's why this matters so much for your blood pressure. Potassium and sodium work together in your body like a careful balancing act. When you consume sodium, it causes your body to retain water, which increases blood volume and raises blood pressure. Potassium does the opposite. It signals your kidneys to excrete excess sodium and water through urine, naturally reducing blood volume and lowering pressure. But there's another critical function that most people don't know about. Potassium directly relaxes the smooth muscle cells in your arterial walls, allowing blood vessels to widen and reduce resistance to blood flow. Harvard Medical School and the National Institutes of Health have published extensive research showing that adequate potassium intake can lower systolic blood pressure by 5 to 10 points in people with elevated levels. The studies are clear and consistent. When seniors increase their potassium intake to recommended levels, blood pressure improves naturally without any negative side effects. The problem is that most seniors consume only about 2,300 milligrams of potassium per day, when the recommended amount is 3,500 to 4,700 milligrams. This chronic deficiency means your body is constantly struggling to eliminate excess sodium, and your blood vessels remain constricted when they should be relaxed. Low potassium causes sodium retention that keeps blood pressure elevated no matter what else you do. You could be doing everything else right, but without adequate potassium, you're fighting an uphill battle. Helen, a 79-year-old retired teacher from Georgia, added 1 banana at breakfast and 1 medium-baked sweet potato at dinner to her daily routine. After just 1 month of this simple change, her systolic blood pressure dropped 11 points. Her cardiologist reviewed her food diary and told her that this potassium increase was making a measurable difference in her cardiovascular health. The solution doesn't require expensive supplements or complicated meal planning. You just need to add 2 potassium-rich foods to your daily eating pattern. Here are the easiest and most accessible options. 1 medium banana contains about 420 milligrams of potassium. 1 medium sweet potato has about 540 milligrams. 1 cup of cooked white beans provides roughly 1,000 milligrams. 2 cups of cooked spinach gives you about 840 milligrams. 1 medium avocado contains approximately 690 milligrams. Choose any 2 of these foods and make them part of your daily routine. Have a banana with your breakfast oatmeal, bake a sweet potato for dinner, add white beans to your soup or salad. The key is consistency. Your body needs potassium every single day to maintain proper blood pressure balance. Add 1 potassium-rich food to tomorrow's breakfast, and you'll be on your way to better cardiovascular support. Natural habit. 3. Practicing 5-minute deep breathing. Before bed, 5 minutes of proper breathing at night does something remarkable to your nervous system and blood pressure that continues working while you sleep. Your autonomic nervous system has 2 branches that control your heart rate and blood pressure automatically without you thinking about it. The sympathetic branch is your fight-or-flight system. It raises heart rate and blood pressure when activated. The parasympathetic branch is your rest and digest system. It lowers heart rate and blood pressure when engaged. In most people, especially seniors dealing with daily stress, the sympathetic system stays overly active throughout the day and even into the night. This constant activation keeps blood pressure elevated even during sleep, when it should naturally drop. Doctors call this non-dipping blood pressure, and it significantly increases cardiovascular risk. Research from Johns Hopkins University has demonstrated that slow, deep breathing techniques activate the parasympathetic nervous system and create what scientists call a relaxation response. This response triggers a cascade of beneficial physiological changes. Heart rate slows, blood vessels dilate, and blood pressure decreases naturally. The effect isn't just temporary. Studies show that people who practice deep breathing before bed experience lower blood pressure throughout the entire night compared to those who don't. This nighttime blood pressure control is critical because your cardiovascular system needs those nighttime hours to rest and repair. Poor sleep time blood pressure control increases stroke risk by 41% in seniors, even if daytime numbers look acceptable. When your blood pressure stays elevated at night, your heart never gets the recovery time it desperately needs. Vincent, an 81-year-old Air Force veteran from Wisconsin, started practicing 5 minutes of deep breathing every night before bed. After 8 weeks, his nighttime blood pressure monitoring showed such significant improvement that his doctor reduced the frequency of his blood pressure checks and told him to keep doing exactly what he was doing. The technique is simple enough for anyone to learn and practice immediately, regardless of physical limitations or health status. Sit comfortably in a chair or on the edge of your bed about 30 minutes before you plan to sleep. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or keep them open with a soft gaze. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly so you can feel your breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4, feeling your belly expand. Hold that breath gently for a count of 4. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6, feeling your belly deflate. The longer exhale is crucial because it's what triggers the parasympathetic response. Repeat this cycle continuously for 5 full minutes. Don't worry about doing it perfectly. Just focus on making your exhales longer than your inhales. Try this tonight, and your body will start responding from the very first session. Natural habit 4. Drinking hibiscus tea 3 times weekly. This natural plant has been studied for decades by reputable medical institutions, and the research results on blood pressure support are undeniable and consistent. Hibiscus sabdariffa is a flowering plant that's been used in traditional medicine for centuries across multiple cultures. Modern science has now caught up with this traditional wisdom, and the findings are impressive. Hibiscus contains powerful natural compounds called anthocyanins and polyphenols that have specific effects on your cardiovascular system. These compounds act similarly to a class of blood pressure medications called ACE inhibitors, but they work gently and naturally without the side effects. They help your blood vessels relax and expand, reducing the resistance that blood faces as it flows through your arteries. Lower resistance means lower pressure, and it happens through a completely natural mechanism. Multiple clinical trials conducted at Tufts University and published in the American Heart Association's journal Hypertension have shown that drinking hibiscus tea regularly can lower systolic blood pressure by an average of 7 to 10 points over a period of 6 weeks. One particularly well-designed study involved adults with pre-hypertension and mild hypertension who drank 3 cups of hibiscus tea daily for 6 weeks. The results showed significant blood pressure reductions that were comparable to some first-line blood pressure medications. The participants experienced no negative side effects, just steady, gentle improvement in their numbers. Missing out on natural, safe plant compounds like these means you're not taking advantage of additional support that could work alongside your other healthy habits. Gladys, a 78-year-old librarian from Oregon, started drinking 1 cup of hibiscus tea every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. She enjoyed the tart, cranberry-like flavor and found it refreshing either hot or iced. After 2 months of this simple routine, her home blood pressure readings showed a consistent 7-point drop in her systolic numbers. Her doctor reviewed the pattern and encouraged her to continue this habit indefinitely. The best part about hibiscus tea is how accessible and affordable it is for any senior on any budget. You can find hibiscus tea bags or loose hibiscus flowers at virtually any grocery store, health food store, or online retailer. A box of tea bags typically costs between $3 and $6 and lasts for weeks. To prepare it, simply steep 1 tea bag or 1 tablespoon of dried hibiscus flowers in hot water for 5 minutes. You can drink it hot or let it cool and pour it over ice. Don't add sugar, honey, or artificial sweeteners. These can counteract the beneficial effects. If you find the tartness too strong, you can blend it with a small amount of herbal tea like chamomile. Drink 3 cups per week, spread out over different days. Pick up hibiscus tea this week at your next grocery trip and start supporting your cardiovascular health naturally. Natural habit. Getting 15 minutes of morning sunlight. Daily morning sunlight does something to your blood pressure that most doctors don't discuss enough with their patients, and the mechanism is fascinating. When sunlight touches your skin, it triggers a remarkable chain reaction in your body. Your skin contains large stores of a compound called nitrate. When ultraviolet A rays from sunlight hit your skin, these nitrates convert into nitric oxide, which then gets released into your bloodstream. Nitric oxide is one of the most important molecules for cardiovascular health because it's a powerful vasodilator. It signals the smooth muscle in your arterial walls to relax and widen. Wider arteries mean less resistance to blood flow, which naturally lowers blood pressure. This effect happens within minutes of sun exposure and can last for hours afterward. Research published in the Journal of Hypertension and conducted by scientists at the University of Edinburgh showed that just 20 minutes of ultraviolet A exposure caused blood pressure to drop measurably as nitric oxide levels increased in the bloodstream. Additional studies have shown that people who get regular sunlight exposure have consistently lower blood pressure readings than those who avoid the sun entirely. Seniors who avoid sunlight face a double problem. They develop vitamin D deficiency and lose out on the nitric oxide benefits. Statistics show that seniors who minimize sun exposure have 30% higher rates of hypertension compared to those who get moderate daily sunlight. Your body was designed to interact with natural sunlight, and when you deprive it of this interaction, your cardiovascular system suffers. Eugene, an 83-year-old former postal worker from Maine, started a simple morning routine of sitting on his front porch with his coffee for 15 minutes every day. He rolled up his sleeves and let the morning sun touch his forearms and face. After 8 weeks of this pleasant daily habit, his average blood pressure measurements improved by 9 points. His doctor noted the improvement in his chart and told him that morning sunlight exposure was likely contributing to his better numbers. The solution requires no equipment, no cost, and takes just 15 minutes of your morning. Go outside within 1 hour of waking up tomorrow morning. Find a comfortable spot where you can sit or stand with your face and arms exposed to direct sunlight. You don't need to be in intense midday sun. Gentle morning sunlight is perfect and safer for your skin. Expose your forearms and face without sunscreen for this short 15-minute period. This brief exposure won't cause skin damage, but it will trigger the nitric oxide release that benefits your blood vessels. If you're concerned about sun exposure, talk to your doctor about the right balance for your skin type. You can also start with just 10 minutes and gradually increase. If winter weather makes outdoor time difficult, sit near a sunny window, though the effect is stronger with direct outdoor exposure. Step outside tomorrow morning and give your body this free gift from nature. These 5 natural habits work alongside proper medical care to support your heart health in powerful, proven ways. I'm 80 years old with blood pressure numbers that surprise every medical professional I meet, and it's not luck. It's daily commitment to these simple, natural practices. Thousands of seniors are already doing these things and seeing real improvements in their numbers. You can start any one of these habits tomorrow morning, and your body will begin responding immediately. If someone in your life needs to hear this message about natural heart health support, share this video with them right now. You could literally help improve their quality of life. Leave a comment telling me which of these 5 habits you're going to start first. And if this information was valuable to you, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss practical doctor-approved health advice designed specifically for seniors. Your heart is counting on you to take action today.